Hey everyone, welcome to the top 5 tips for beginners to get better at Thrill of the Fight 2. So, the very first tip is that when you're going into a fight, it's important that you emphasize good form over power in your punches. So, I know it can be tempting in the game to just throw a flurry of punches all fast like this, leave your arms out straight like that, but if you do it like that, the game doesn't pick up any power, doesn't do any damage, and you'll end up just getting clocked while you're leaving your guard up down. In order to throw a good punch, you want to make sure that you have your elbow turned in at a 90-degree angle. If you leave your arm straight out like this and you throw a punch, it's not going to do any damage no matter how fast you throw it. You see here, you throw it 8 meters per second, you'll do like 20. Sometimes only a little bit if you hit them right in the chin. It's not consistent. It doesn't work as well. But if you square up your knees and you get power in your leg and you twist your hip into the punch and you bend your elbow, you can do a lot more damage with, less speed. You don't need to throw as hard of a punch. And another big thing is to focus on hitting in the pressure points on the other person, like in the chin. You want to throw a jab. When you're throwing a jab, a big part is to try and imagine that you're throwing your fist through the person's head. So you're like this, you load up, you use your hips, and you jab. And you're only throwing 5 meters per second, you'll do 30 damage. The second tip, and this one's probably even more important than having good form, and that is to conserve your stamina throughout the fight. Definitely don't come out in the first round and just, use everything you got and throw a bunch of punches. You're going to get tired. They can dodge, conserve their energy. And when you're tired and you can't throw any more punches, they're going to unload on you and knock you out in the second and third round. So what you want to do is come out easy, get a feel for how they're playing, feel how they like to throw their punches. If you notice they like to throw hooks, you duck. Keep your head low. If they throw jabs, you can duck back. Spend that first round slow and get a feel for your opponent. Let them tire themselves out instead of using all your energy. My third tip is to have a big open play area if you can. Now, I know not everyone has a place they can go, in their house that's open enough for them to be able to move around. But if you do have the option, find yourself that place, because having the ability to, be light on your feet, to pivot around your opponent, get different angles, it really helps, especially if your opponent's spamming you with a bunch of punches. You can move away, get around them, get behind them, and let them tire themselves out. If you're using the joystick to move around, you don't really move very fast. If you can, find yourself an open place where you can move around and find the weak points in your opponent. My fourth tip is going to be that I think that having a good defense is even more important than a good offense. And I know this can be hard to do, but in your games, try and keep your hands up, simple, real boxing tips, like keep your hands up here. So if they're throwing a hook, they're just going to hit your glove. If you see a wide hook, duck under it, load up, like I said earlier, with your hip and fire a punch in there after their guard's down because they just threw a punch. Just make sure a big part is that your defense is good. You're always moving. Don't let yourself slow down. Always be moving. Move your head around. Get it down low here so they can swing above you. My fifth and final tip is to simply just play the game. Just get experience. When I first started out playing this game, I struggled a lot. I lost a lot of games. It might make you want to give up a little bit, but if you just keep playing games, you will get a feel for how to fight somebody in this game. It's really just getting used to how the game, registers. You have to get a feel for how to throw punches, a feel for how to dodge hits. and just playing the game, you will naturally pick up on those things over time. Alright, that's it for this tips and tricks video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.